What is up, y'all? We're back, and we have a new comrade. We have our pet Russian, Anatoly. What's up,
We
buddy?
replaced one
Oh
of our
shit.
we replaced one of our Muslims with another.
Yeah.
Wait, who? Oh, yeah, that's right. Tiva's involved in local work. You see, the myth, the shibboleth, the canard about liberation is that we're just a bunch of online Maoist shit posters, which is partly true. Partly true. We do have the most online aura of any caucus. We are the
Dude,
woke
honestly,
left.
I think we're more offline than other
We are the. I mean,
caucuses.
we are the dark woke caucus.
We're not
We
R&R.
also do shit. We
No,
also
we're
do
not the
shit in real
dark
life.
woke caucus.
Yes,
We
we
are.
are. Yes, we
Skrilla's
are.
the dark woke representative, but
Okay, well, who is Skrilla a member of? Is Skrilla in groundwork?
no, I'm just
That
saying
would be some.
he is
That
the
would be some
dark
funny.
woke. He is the
That
dark
would be some.
woke that
That would
grounds
be
our
some
caucus.
funny shit. Imagine Skrilla in groundwork.
It'd be hilarious.
Oh.
Anyways, the
Actually, let's
government
make
is
that
at.
Wait, why don't we infiltrate groundwork? Let's just ban liberation and just all join groundwork.
I don't want to
Entries
do that.
in the groundwork.
Yeah.
No. Anyways, the government is out of food stamps. Let's find out.
There are growing concerns tonight over what kind of impacts will be felt if SNAP funds aren't available next month.
Our Missouri State Capitol Bureau's Mark Zinn is here now with a closer look. Mark.
Yeah, roughly
This fucker's last name is Zins.
10% of Missourians get help from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. But because of the ongoing federal government shutdown, those funds might not be there next month.
People that have things that's traditional, that like Thanksgivings and Christmas and things of that sort, oh, it's going to be a problem.
If the federal government doesn't reopen soon, hundreds of thousands of Missourians who rely on SNAP payments to feed their families will be forced to find another way to eat. And despite several rounds of voting attempting to reopen it, there still doesn't seem to be any end in sight to the ongoing shutdown.
Republicans have now turned into a conspiracy.
Trump is gonna get on TV and be like, you know what? You all are a bunch of fucking treatlerites. You eat too much. Do you have any idea why you can buy grapes in fucking December? It's because you fucking treatlerites don't know. Like, we exploit the global south. The only reason why you can get grapes in the middle of fucking December is because you are exploiting Mexican workers and you need to stop. Like,
You
Trump
care
is
if I
just gonna
turn into a conspiracy theorist real quick?
Trump is just gonna go like, yeah, Trump is a secret third worldist.
I have a feeling
We just started.
I have a
Wait,
feeling.
what'd that person say?
We are definitely the caucus with giving the lumpen proletariat the most attention with our articles. I mean, we are fucking. I mean, we are like. Well, raise your hand if you consider yourself lumpen.
Back when I did
I
Uber
got a
Eats
job,
shit,
but it's not gonna last for long. I'm about to get fired, so we
Why are
back
you about
at
to
it.
get fired, Skrilla? Why are you even here? You're canceled.
I said this before. You can't cancel someone if they don't fucking care.
I have
cancel
a
Skrilla 2025.
I have a mixed upbringing of proletarian and lumpen. I've been homeless multiple times, including like literally 8 months ago. So I kind of go back and forth.
Yeah,
But no,
Totally like laughing at this. She's like, you know what? When I was in village, there was a guy. He had. You know what was grocery store in Russia? It was guy. He live in cabin. He live in his bedroom. And he have. We do not have potato, radish. We eat meat once a year on Festival of Saint Kinoli. But we go and I go. My grandfather sent me for cigarette. And also, like, you need to buy radish. You go, it was 200 rubles. Soviet rubles. We don't have grocery store. Schnucks, Dierberg, Kroger, Publix. You Amerikansky, you're all treatlerite.
Amerikansky, your pronunciation even on certain words is crazy.
no, getting a little conspiracy theorist real quick. I think that the shutdown was purposeful because let's look at the majority of people that are on SNAP benefits. Not only is it poor people, but it's disproportionately people of color, queer people.
That's not
we
even
have
a
the,
conspiracy
we have the money.
theory.
We have the money
Yeah.
to send during a shutdown. We have the money to send all this shit to Argentina, but we don't have the money to provide for our own.
Trump
This is
literally
of
bailed
course
out
this is
Malay.
purposeful.
That's
This is
not even
purposeful. This is-
remotely
No,
like a
yeah,
conspiracy
that's the
theory.
truth. And you know,
That's
like,
just
there's a shitload of military families that are on SNAP. Hold on. Like, this is how, like, one thing about dictators is that every dictator knows that you have to take care of your fucking military, otherwise they're gonna depose you. Hold on. Let's see. What percentage of military people. Yes, some military families and some military members and their families can qualify for SNAP. So like your fucking troops are on SNAP. Your fucking troops are on food stamps, bro. Like this country is just cooked. How WIC and SNAP can help your military family? Like why? You don't take care of your.
A candidate and I were just discussing that they might go to like Fort Knox, which is a military base in Kentucky, and go to the PDX and start buying food there because it's cheaper than civilian food.
Isn't this where all your Fort Knox? Isn't that where they got all the where they have all what they claim is all the gold?
Yeah, all the fake gold in the world. Like,
Yeah.
do you remember when they were like trying to audit Fort Knox? There was this big conservative thing. They were going to audit Fort Knox.
Yeah, you go in there, and it's just a single piece of paper, and it has gold on it.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Yeah, but
So-
apparently, if you're somebody who was like honorably discharged from the National Guard reserves or the reserves, you can still like go and get your military card renewed, and then go on a military base and go to the PDX and buy your groceries there.
Huh.
That's a good tip. If hopefully some people know how to do that.
Yeah, interesting. What are you writing, Cyan?
Huh?
What are you writing?
I'm not writing anything.
You have a piece of paper. You have a paper book. You have a notebook, and a pen.
I'm drawing deltoids.
Oh, I thought you were drawing a picture.
Oh, hell yeah, deltoids.
You're like one of those
My
caricature
favorite.
people. You're like one of those caricature people that just roams around and sits in cafes all day and draws insulting portraits of people that you see.
The rear delts
I'm
are
just drawing
my
deltoids.
second favorite.
I'm just locking on deltoids.
The rear delts my
Next.
second favorite part of the back. My first favorite part is the traps. The traps make your neck look so thick and strong. You need good traps.
Have you
If
seen
don't
those
have-
motherfuckers though with like enormous traps and it looks kind of like disgusting?
That's
like-
because they're on steroids. The traps and delts are your biggest androgen receptors in your body. That's how you can tell if someone's on roids if their traps are overly big. Because you can grow your traps big, but it takes a lot. That takes
Can
a
you buy
lot.
Can you buy steroids with food stamps?
Hopefully.
Anyways,
Gorilla's gonna find out.
We gonna find out.
No, Skrill's
Roid
gonna
rage
find a way.
aside. So yeah, the government is shut down. The Democrats and Republicans. Well, the Democrats are a bunch of cucks. They're either cucks or they don't give a shit. Newsom is apparently talking about sending a National Guard to help hand out food to people. It's like, he's gearing up for his 28th presidential run, which he's not going to. Well, I think the last poll that I saw has him ahead of Vance. But like
That's not
so-
saying much.
No, it's not. It's like, solid dookie is a lot better than diarrhea. Anyways, the Democrats aren't doing shit. Why? Because half of them, I mean, they're going to eat regardless. So working class people are possibly going to be fucked, especially if you live in a red state, beginning next month when SNAP runs out of money. So, and this is not just like people still have this Reagan era myth of a welfare mother being like a black woman that lives in an inner city with like 15 kids. And even if that was the case, do they not deserve the right to eat? Like people, it's eugenics. It's eugenics, pure and simple. These people are useless eaters. That's literally a Nazi term. Life unworthy of life. That was another Nazi term. So basically, with all this shit that's going on, their idea is that, you know what, we're not feeding these fucking people anymore. They're useless. Let them all starve to death. So to combat that type of evil, what can we do as DSA members, as socialists, and as communists?
Speaking as someone that lives outside of a major metropolitan, I feel as though this applies to anyone that's living outside of a major metropolitan, or major city in the metropolitan. I live in the metropolitan. No matter where you live, as long as people congregate, there are going to be people that are poor. There are going to be people that are less well off. There are going to be people that don't have what they need. And in many cases, there are people that are organizing around that. The problem is that we see, especially in a metropolitan outside of the city itself, is that you don't have enough people there. The infrastructure is already there for us to back. We just need to provide more for it. Of course, like there's always going to be people, but there's always going to be people that are willing to back these people and support them. And so when times get like this, it's our duty to go and join in the currently existing infrastructure in order to back these people. Is a soup kitchen revolutionary inherently? No, but will it help people not die? Yes.
And at the end of the day, that matters more than anything else.
Yes. You can't win the masses over if they're all dead.
And not only that, but people can't commit to revolutionary struggle if they're focused on survival. I don't like to bring up human nature and human instinct, but ultimately, survival is human nature. Survival is human instinct. People will put their survival before anything else. And so once you take care of someone's survival, once people realize that they're able to live and able to survive, they'll be able to commit to something greater than that.
Right now, most DSA members should be joining the mutual aid working group so that they can figure out and learn how to do mutual aid effectively in their own communities.
I didn't sign up. I didn't sign up for it nationally, but I'm in my locals.
Yeah, I like to say also, even if you don't like to bring up like the human nature and stuff because all the rabbit hole that comes with that, you can always bring up go back to AP Psych, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You got to fill that bottom part of the pyramid before you can worry about the upper levels.
It's not even a human thing. Literally, every living thing has a desire to continue to live, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Or I guess
like
reproduce, but
that's always going to come first before anything else with people. But once that's taken care of, people can put their attention to revolutionary organizing. So in a way, a soup kitchen, if the time calls for it, can be revolutionary because it allows a space for people to be like, okay, I'm fed. Now what can I focus on besides this?
And remember, if you're trying to serve hot food, if you're trying to serve like food that you're preparing yourself, that's when like the health department might come after you for not having a license. But if you prepare food at home, like sandwiches and all kinds of other things like that, pre-prepared food, that's when you can give away food without a license in most places. So we had these whole things where like Food Not Bombs in Houston kept getting harassed, right? And you know, it was because they were preparing food and such.
They didn't have a license?
The place that they were serving food was somewhere that they kept losing permission to do it. It was a public place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They didn't have like a private partner for them to like serve food in.
Homeless appears to be
The Northwest Indiana Food Not Bombs, which shut down, unfortunately.
over, at least for now.
Now, volunteers with the organization Food Not Bombs have been ticketed 90 times over the last year. And today, a federal judge ordered the city of Houston to stop.
ABC 13's Jessica Willie is live at City Hall with the latest twist in this ongoing legal battle. Jessica?
Yeah, Food Not Bombs calls today's ruling a win. The judge acknowledging in court paperwork that they have a winnable civil rights case and ordering the city of Houston to stop enforcing two city ordinances.
We're on number 8.
We're just happy to share food and share love through food.
On this Wednesday night in downtown Houston, volunteers with Food Not Bombs set up.
I want everybody to have tea,
provided meals, and then waited to see what came next.
We expect to still get a ticket tonight.
For almost a year, Houston police have been ticketing the group for feeding the homeless at a prohibited location and for food service violations. Food Not Bombs sued in federal court, and in two orders handed down today, Judge Andrew Hanen sided with the protest organization. A preliminary injunction was granted.
The judge said that we're ultimately likely to prove that we have a First Amendment right to be here on city property right across from City Hall.
Still, police were not far away.
Here's your warning. I'm just mentioning it. Unconstitutional. Constitution's kind of a big thing in America.
Fantastic. On this night, the group got only a warning. The order also says they must pay a bond to continue their food sharing operation. Police told ABC 13.
Damn.
That is just blanket naked extortion. Like, for one, like, why are you... So, you literally have developers and shit that build brand new buildings that fall down on fucking little kids' heads, but they can get away with it because they bought 75% of the Board of Aldermen. Whereas you have people that are out here feeding people because our government, like, people don't understand, like, the government should be doing all of this shit. Feeding people should not be the onus of a bunch of anarchists and church groups. Like,
Yeah.
if in Cuba, shit, even in like in other countries that have far, far less resources than the Imperial Corps has, like, if you need food, people will literally bring food to your house. Like, and this just consistently exposes. That's part of our purpose as communists, to expose the contradictions. Like, we're not just going out there giving people food for the hell of it. We're trying to organize and radicalize these people. And, like, we have to tell them, like, this is shit that the government should be doing. Like, why am I spending my Saturday night, my Sunday night, my every fucking night after we get off work? Why are we having to come out here and do this? Whereas you have all these cops, they have multi-million-dollar budgets, multi-billion-dollar budgets in some cases, that are doing what? Standing around giving us fucking tickets. Like, we have to constantly expose. Every time we see something that we can use to make propaganda, we have to use it, and we have to expose it. That's what radicalizes people. Nothing radicalizes people like an empty fucking stomach.
They weren't sure that had happened. They would reassess.
You're insane.
I was just gonna say, one thing that I do respect about anarchists is that they just like put, like, they're such good foot soldiers because they literally, like, what they put first is just feeding people, like that's ultimately that's what matters most. Like,
Yeah. Whereas
I don't want
communists are just
motherfuckers on an empty stomach. It sucks ass.
Communists just sit up and write fucking the thesis of feeding the homeless. Anarchists just do it.
Yeah.
Like, people
Yeah.
can't eat a 40-page fucking 40.
You cannot eat linen.
Well, you can. I don't think he tastes very good.
And they walked away.
It troubles me that we have to fight
The body of
with the city to be able to share food and help people.
Thank you, guys. God bless you. You are so welcome. You guys are the best.
A legal battle former Mayor Sylvester Turner endorsed after Food Not Bombs had been feeding people for years.
And we have been asking Mayor Whitmire for his position on this issue. Tonight, we got this response from the city attorney. Quote, Mayor Whitmire is committed to working together to resolve differences and agree upon an ordinance that allows expression and provides a safe and healthy environment at the Central Library and elsewhere for the homeless and their neighbors. The attorney.
And, you know, just to add something to it, it's one thing that Food Not Bombs does is they go and they do surveys in their local area to see what the homeless people want, what they want to eat, what temperature food they would like, stuff like that. Sometimes there's Food Not Bombs that like go out and give like homeless people some cigarettes. I've seen it.
Unfortunately, Food Not Bombs, all their food is vegan. I know Cyan loves that though.
Dude,
It's not a hard rule though. Some do serve meat. Some do serve.
Are you out there
opposed to
feeding
vegan-
people, Skrilla?
Why are you opposed to vegan food, Skrilla?
I've assisted them. I've assisted Food Not Bombs
If I'm
before they
fucking
shut down.
hungry-
Before
if
they
I'm
shut
so-
down.
look,
So yes,
Some vegan shit slaps, by the way.
I know I was vegan for
It's
8 months.
vegetables, bro. It's vegetables and fucking grains and shit. Like,
But yeah,
it's not that hard, bro.
Bread.
It's not a strict rule. It's not a strict rule that it has to be vegetarian.
But-
That's
but
like, that's part of the founding ethos. But like they never like punished a chapter for giving out meat and stuff.
I've been hungry before, and let me tell you something. When I'm hungry, I'm not craving no vegetable.
When you're hungry, you'll eat shit.
No,
Okay,
I
that's-
understand, but what's on my mind is not that. When I'm imagining, because I've been hungry, there's been days that I've gone without eating. What's on my mind is not a vegetable. It is a fat, juicy steak. It is a big
Dude,
burger.
they're not just giving out fucking bell peppers, all right?
If
Have
you
you-
keep fucking,
of course,
if you keep fucking derailing this stream, I'm gonna turn you into a fucking vegetable. Anyways, so how can DSA tap in with stuff like this? Because when you think about DSA, you think about what? Do you think about like mutual aid? Actually, a lot of DSA chapters at the local level are like getting more involved and more serious about this type of stuff because people aren't stupid. Like, people are generally able to forecast where shit is gonna go. Like, if you were smart, you should have predicted, okay, this guy, he's going to start coming after food stamps. He's going to start coming after Medicaid, Medicare, like the remainder of the limited American social welfare net, he's trying to gut that. So obviously going around and feeding homeless people, it's not going to resolve the primary contradiction, but it prepares us. It prepares us for escalated activity. And
I
one
think
thing-
personally, instead of feeding people, we should just focus on Zoran's campaign.
Yeah, Zoran will go from door to door in New York City and will hand out exactly one slice of bread to everybody.
Everyone who votes for
Romney
him,
will
everyone who
feed
votes
the
for him.
entire
Only if you
neighborhood of
denounce,
Brooklyn.
only if you condemn Hamas will you get bread.
I do not condom hummus.
Anyways, yeah, we're not here to talk about Zoran.
Yeah.
Zoran's going to do what Zoran is going to do.
I think a good way though to get involved 100% though for like, especially like I know in Milwaukee, where I'm at with our local DSA chapter, a lot, like a majority of people honestly are on SNAP or EBT, all these other things. And to be honest, I would say like if you are able to like help out financially, like donate to a food pantry or directly like find a Food Not Bombs chapter, support them, or even if you have the facilities to, through your own DSA chapter, if you have a mutual aid working group, run your own food drives.
We just started one.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, our YDSA has been planning to do that for college students because so many college students work on campus and they get paid like 10 an hour, which they usually use for like clothes, basic like winter clothes, especially because so many of the workers at the university are like not being supported by family. They're doing it all on their own with like their loans and grants and scholarships. So overall, like just like if you have the facilities to run your own food drives and support like your community, whether that be a university, your rural community, a specific section of your city, whatever, like honestly, like do it, put in the effort, write up the proposal, get it done.
And Maddie, you mentioned earlier too, like what's it called? The national like DSA Nationals mutual aid thing, right?
Yeah, the mutual aid working group. Yeah. They a lot of what they do right now is training and coming up with new trainings for mutual aid across the country. They've partnered with the Growth and Development Committee to do mutual aid trainings recently. It has a pretty decent sized membership though.
I'm involved. Oh, sorry.
And they also support like getting mutual aid resolutions through on the local level, because something that is holding DSA back is a lot of chapters being run by caucuses like Bread and Roses who don't really care about doing mutual aid, and they will fight.
Their name is literally Bread and Roses, and they hate mutual aid.
Yeah. Like in Louisville, Kentucky, we have not been able to get mutual aid through. That chapter has not been able to do it.
What are you guys focusing on?
Do we think that that's like, it doesn't necessarily have to do with like one or two caucuses though. Like we have to get out of this whole caucus ball mindset. I think it has a lot more to do with like the class background of a lot of these people. Like if you've never been hungry in your life, you're really not going to give a shit about mutual aid because you've never depended on mutual aid.
Yeah,
that's true. But a lot of similar-minded people tend to just organize into caucuses and take over chapters as a block.
Yeah, that is true, but it just impresses me as like intellectual laziness. Oh my God, Bread and Roses, groundwork, SMC hate mutual aid.
That's
like,
true.
That's
true.
Like, there are like the thing with these caucuses is that like they're not a monolith. Of course, like we could say that there's like a trend within caucuses, but there's plenty of people in Bread and Roses, in Groundwork, and SMC that know what it's like to be hungry. And I think we would be doing a disservice to these people who still are our comrades if we just like paint them with the broad brush.
What are you looking around for, Skrilla?
And
are they our comrades?
You know, there used to be a lot.
Look, we're in an organization with these people. They're not our enemies.
We're not going to have this argument about again.
Just because we disagree with them, that does not mean they're like antagonistic versus contradictions within the people, comrades.
You don't have to be antagonistic to
That's what I was about to
not
say.
to
They
be a
don't need to be
comrade.
your enemy to be your comrade, to not be your comrade.
But like, what happened to the campaigns that people used to run back in the day to actually get legislation through that would make stores, instead of throwing away food, they would have to give it away? I've
The
not seen
amount of
anything
food we
like that.
fucking throw away actually at my dining hall
Yeah.
is insane. The amount of fucking I've had to scrape like whole fucking trays of food into the fucking trash. And like
So why don't you just take that? Why don't you just take the food?
I
and give
have,
it
I
out to
have.
people?
I've been stopped. I've been stopped because they don't let you bring containers and pack shit away. Like
When I
you
worked,
genuinely have to throw it away. Like I've
That's an
asked too.
Look, you've got a made to order organizing campaign.
Well, we're working on it. What do you
Excellent.
think we're doing? Yeah, that's like
But-
the whole
I don't know
reason
what
I'm
y'all
there.
are doing out there.
I
DSA
told you, you know
chapters
Luca, you know what
across
Luca's
the
doing.
country. DSA chapters across the country should be organizing to make sure that we make food waste by these big companies illegal. You know,
Yeah, that's
When I worked-
That's an easy organizing campaign right there.
it is. It's practical. It's pragmatic. Everybody likes that. Everybody, like, you find libertarians that do
Even
not
fucking
want
even fucking Republicans, like
Right.
even fucking Republicans, most like old school Republicans are like, yeah, like that's fucking atrocious.
I'm
It's a
not
bread and
even I'm not
butter-
even joking. The amount of food that we throw away at my dining hall alone is probably enough to feed the entire homeless community of Berkeley, or like at least like
Yeah.
a good in like the part of Berkeley it's in, like no trouble. Like
When I worked at Wendy's, I worked there for 2.5 years. That was my first job. And the amount of food waste, especially since I was closing from 16 to 18, was astronomical. It was an insane amount of food that was being thrown away. I took a lot of it home and I would eat it, but that was a lot of fucking food that was being thrown away. And that's
This is
just
fucking
a
evil. Dude in the fucking chat, he says that he used to
Oh,
get in a fight. They used
that-
to make them spray glass. They used to make them spray fucking Windex glass.
That
cleaner on
that's
pizzas.
fucking absolutely evil.
that is evil.
Like
You don't
fucking
have to do all that too. Like
poisoning-
you're
poisoning
intentionally just
people.
making people suffer.
Yeah.
Like
See, I'm actually really happy because I currently work in food service, and actually, even my manager is like super like nitpicky. Even like when I'm cutting up meat, like, hey, like you're cutting it way too forcefully. Meat's getting all over the table. That's wasteful. Like, try to reduce that as
That's
much as
cool.
possible.
That's cool.
So like literally we make sure like less sticking to the grill so there's less discarded food. And then at the end of the night, if there's anything left over, anything that is salvageable like through reheating, we reuse that the next morning. We store it in our like deep freeze so we can reuse it. And then that gets it mixed in with the fresh food. The main thing is because it's we make a bunch of tortilla chips. The big like waste of food that we have is just like a bunch of tortilla chips at the end of the night. It's like a whole trash bag full of them. Usually I try to take some home for myself at the end of the night if I'm working late. So, but yeah, no. Otherwise, honestly, that my current job definitely has the least amount of food waste. So really proud of that. But
So there's this app people can check out, and
I got that.
Too
You
good,
got
but
Too Good
honestly, it's so, like it can be asked sometimes depending on where you are. Like I feel like it only works in some places, and like even in
Yeah.
those places, it's really hard to find like a lot of.
You
stuff.
have to live in a city. You can't even
Yeah,
live in a metro.
exactly.
You have to be in
Yeah.
the city itself in order for that to be worth it. But if you do live in the city, which a majority of people in the United States do, you're solid.
Honestly, working at like an industrial level food service thing, which is like the dining hall I am, like feeds like a shit ton of people, right? It's like a huge ass thing, right? Like the amount of food waste is just like so much more like visible because like especially when you're closing, because that's when you throw all the shit out and there's so much shit.
Thankfully, with the fucking Wendy's that I worked at when I was younger, I don't know if you know this, it's illegal for a person that's under 18, especially if they're in school, to work certain hours. And because they were breaking the law, they already didn't give a fuck if I took food home. They already didn't really care about much of anything. So I would always take as much home as I could and
Burn down the
give out as
Wendy's.
much as I could. But I know that doesn't
Burn
really.
down the Wendy's.
I know that doesn't apply to every single fast food chain, especially if they are following like labor law and shit. They're probably going to be more on your ass about that. But since
at
mine
this.
wasn't,
It says, why is food waste a problem? 10% of all greenhouse gas emissions worldwide are caused from food waste.
I didn't know that. That's
25%,
crazy.
Yeah, as it decomposes,
25%
it
of
creates carbon.
25% of fresh water used annually goes into food that ultimately goes to waste. 11.5% of all land in the world is used annually to produce food that ultimately goes to waste. In total, this corresponds to a land area larger than China. $1.1 trillion worth is the amount of money lost through food waste every year. 2.4 billion people do not have access to adequate nutritious food. 733 million people are affected by hunger each day. So yeah, stop wasting fucking food. Don't order more food. Don't get more food than you need. Because like, you throw that shit away. And like, some of our elders, like my grandma, literally grew up at the ass end of the Great Depression. We did not, when we lived with her, we did not waste shit. Like people who know, who remember, and then like you have some of our elders that went through World War II with rationing. Like you weren't wasting shit under rationing either. Like
Eating
you go to the
bologna
grocery,
sandwiches.
yeah, like if you go to the fucking grocery store and you have these coupons and you're only allowed to get a certain amount of food, you ain't wasting that shit. Like that shit is coming back too. Like I easily see ration, all this other type of stuff coming back to the United States. Why? Because like I think what Trump wants people to do, here's my conspiracy theory. Trump wants people to crash out, start robbing grocery stores, doing stuff like this, just pulling up. People are eventually just gonna start pulling up with fucking U-Hauls and sacking grocery stores. So that's what Trump wants, and you already see what he's doing with the National Guard. Like he's literally training these National Guard people and literal active duty soldiers in riot control, in crowd control. They are shooting priests and pastors and deacons in the face with chemical munitions. So Trump, I think, wants this stuff to happen so he has a credible reason in the eyes of his supporters and in the eyes of his lackeys in government to declare martial law.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think is trying to happen. I was telling people at work this the other night, and they pretty much all agreed with me.
I completely agree. Not just under the basis of looting, but coupled with everything else that he said, like labeling trans people as an extreme nihilist threat and labeling anyone that opposes him as a terrorist. We could couple on top of that looting at stores, and that's credible enough to invoke something like the Insurrection Act.
With that being said, I also see like a lot of rightists that try to make the argument that like, okay, because Trump wants to declare martial law, we should not engage in any type of militant or radical activity and organizing. I think that's chicken little shit. The sky is falling. Like we should not allow our enemies to determine the methods under which we organize. Because when you do that, you're basically ceding the power, and there's really no cause for you to be going around calling yourself a socialist or anything like that, because you're weak. You're weak and you're a coward. History is not made by weak and cowardly people. History is made by those who dare to struggle.
But also, let's be mindful of things. We have 80,000 people in our org. The United States has 340 million. If people act out and do things to survive, then regardless of our approach, it's going to happen. We need to organize and out-organize anyone that says otherwise. People are going to do what they need to do to survive, whether that is violent or whether that is peaceful. We don't determine that. There are 80,000 of us. We don't determine how 340 million people act, especially when a crisis hits.
Yeah.
Like, so it's very, very stupid to try to police our behavior in regards to organizing as, oh, well, you're giving him an excuse to declare martial law when he's hardly looking at us, but rather the broader spectrum of people.
You can't fucking moralize something like getting fucking food, all right? If you need food, you're gonna get fucking, you better get, or you're gonna find a fucking way, or you're gonna starve.
It's point, like, yeah, it's kind of like if somebody's hungry, they're not gonna, especially if they've got kids, nobody's gonna let their kids sit up and go hungry. If you
live in and around Indianapolis, there's this community in Indianapolis called Kepper, and there's a Kepper Institute. They have a food program, and they will give you a kit to grow your own food. It's a free kit, right? And yeah, you can partner up with them and start getting community food programs together.
When me and my girlfriend move, we're planning on starting an apartment garden. So hopefully that could contribute.
Oh, that
to
that,
our
that
own-
video there doesn't show any of the food programs, I don't think. But they're a network of like black
Community means something different around here. Love's breeding ground born new.
Kepper, that's an Egyptian term, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of Gefer?
Blossoming into
not
ravaging
unbeliever.
stories
You're a
of
Muslim
blackness
hoe.
banter and bustle through blues like
You just
blood
call me
couldn't
a
make us
kefir?
any closer. This
You fucking bore.
The writers are stuck in like Obama era.
It's a slow video.
I see.
Yeah. You should go to the food program as part of it though. On the
website. Okay.
So
Yeah.
This is neat. I like this. I've only watched a little bit of the video, but hold on.
They were at the Co-op Cincy conference. That's where I met a bunch of them.
You go to a shitload of conferences, man.
Yeah, you got to stay connected. They have a community land trust too. They help people find affordable homes.
Maddie, you should be at convention.
I want to go to convention. I want to. If I would have found out early enough that they were going to have this NLC election, I would have ran for NLC.
Yeah, you should have. You certainly have a decent enough organizing background. You basically were.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you basically were like the first person to organize against Amazon in Kentucky, weren't you?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was the first ALU campaign.
Yeah. Actually, I remember, Maddie, you followed me on Instagram like maybe like 3 years ago or something like
Oh
that.
yeah.
I thought that was so insane when I saw that you applied. I was like, no shot, it's the same person, and it was. I thought that was so sick.
We have some crazy motherfuckers in our caucus.
You know, I had talked to Chris like for like a year before Liberation Caucus even started. Chris and I was on Chris's stream like back in like late 2023. or
Wait,
something.
for real?
Yeah.
I've known
That's
Maddie
cool.
for a while.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, basically like one thing I really like about Maoism is that we're not chained to any particular dogma or way of doing things. And one thing I like about DSA is that, especially if you're like a mid-sized, smaller chapter, you have a lot of autonomy. Like if you want to do something, you don't have to just sit and complain about, oh, I can't do this. Like as long as you're not like doing any objectively fucked up anti-socialist shit, all you have to do is use your Riz, talk to people, convince people to co-sign a resolution, and you can have it. I wanted Red Rabbits in St. Louis. Me and some comrades got together. We drafted up a resolution. We presented it to it ended up being folded into our Streets Organizer Committee. We have a mutual aid subcommittee. We have Red Rabbits subcommittee, and we have a neighborhood organizing subcommittee. Yeah. None of that existed before convention this year. Before local convention this year. So all you got to do is get people together, organize them, talk to them. The thing with a lot of these online ultra leftists is that they just sit and they read these fucking books. They don't understand that the books that you are reading were written by organizers. Lenin was an organizer. Marx was an organizer.
They're
Mao
not even
was an
worth
organizer.
thinking about. They don't do shit.
Yeah.
They don't really
Yeah.
exist in real life. So.
But there are a lot of people like this within DSA. Like they just sit and they complain about the rightists. Complaining does not do anything. No matter how hot the water from your well, it will not cook your rice. You actually have to boil that shit.
Yeah,
you have to get off your ass and do things.
These people at this point aren't even antisocial. They don't even. It's not like they hate people. They're just asocial. They don't like interacting with people. They don't like the fact that you need to go out there and commit action in order for that action to take place. They want something that's already set in place that they can take part in. They don't want to help create that.
Yeah, they don't.
Why are they even in DSA at that point?
Because they want to be like, they want to have something to be like, oh, I'm in an organization.
I haven't met anyone like that. I'm gonna be so honest.
They want to feel like they're a part of something more powerful when they're not putting in any action. I have actually had interactions with comrades like this at the chapter level, specifically
Yikes.
like comrades that would come out to our chapter meeting when they have their own chapter meeting, and it's like, hey, I get your chapter's a bit smaller, but like you got to put in the work. I'm like, it's cool if you want to hang out.
No, I'd be more blunt. Like, why the fuck are you here? You don't live in Milwaukee. You live in fucking Farm.
No, they live in Milwaukee. I'm specifically talking like DSA chapters. They have their different university.
You go back
It's
to your own fucking college. And shit, you don't go here. You can't do
But
shit
you're-
here. You're not in our YDSA. Why are you here? Go back to your own fucking
do the
college.
work. Do the work.
Don't worry.
But
Sorry, you're an adult. Put the teddy bear away.
What you
Yeah.
said about the smaller chapters, though, my chapter is around 100 people, and yeah, what you said is pretty much it. You just need to. A lot of these smaller chapters, and I'm speaking on experience, run on anarchist volunteerism, because we don't have the manpower to really be like, okay, no, we shouldn't. It's more or less, if you can get people to do this, if everyone can agree this is a good thing to do, and everyone's going to put our back into it, it's going to happen. So you don't really have an excuse. If you do live in a smaller chapter, you really don't have an excuse to be like, oh, well, I can't do this. It's a matter of convincing the people around you and,
I would even say
putting
it's
good
easier to
game
get-
down.
It's easier to get shit done in smaller chapters than it is in bigger chapters. Like, I feel so sorry for left comrades in New York City.
Oh, hell no.
I actually,
Yeah.
if I was in New York City, I would not join DSA. I'm gonna be so honest. Like I
It's
just
like,
wouldn't.
Yeah,
I
that's the
wouldn't.
That's the rightest castle. I know. Like Emerge started in New York City. Like they do really, really good work. But the thing is, like they have a shitload of paper members there, and they have all of these various liberal cliques that basically treat DSA as a resume building exercise. And those types of people, for example, the two resolutions. One was like literally they removed some of the worst language, but the gist of it, from what I understand, was we are not going to criticize Iran. Okay, this guy literally said that he's going to keep the.
No, it's not
fucking
even just that. Like, even if you're doing that, their whole thing is like we're orienting the entire fucking chapter or chapters around Zoran. Like, it's the dumbest shit. It's like, why are you doing this?
We're
We're
not
not.
going to hold him accountable. You're going to let this guy. So basically,
It's not even
because-
that though either. Like, you could be out there feeding people, but you're really just focusing on your new personality cult. Like,
yeah.
like, it pisses me off. It pisses me the fuck off.
Like
These
95% of the embarrassment in DSA comes from New York, and the other 5% comes from LA.
They keep
Honestly,
talking
so
about they keep talking about lowering the prices of halal carts in New York City, but no, DSA needs to go out there and serve some halal food.
These people have no longer the
How the
right to
fuck-
criticize
how the-
anyone that is a fan of Donald Trump on the basis of the fact that they're doing the exact same fucking shit.
Well,
they like
we're
their
not here to-
personality
We're not here.
cults.
We're not here to razz on Zoran.
No.
He's gonna do what he wants to do. NYC will do. I don't live in New York, so I ain't got to worry about him. But I
Thank
live in St.
God I
Louis.
don't.
Our
I
electeds,
would
our
kill
electeds in
myself.
St. Louis are pretty. Our electeds in St. Louis are pretty dope. We've got Meg Green, who is president of the board of aldermen, and we also have the lovely Cory Bush, who is going to be returning to Congress next year. We don't have these types of problems out of them. Yeah, we don't get these types of problems out of them. But yeah, New York is a whole different animal. I mean, you have to consider the concrete conditions of that city. It is the fucking like every fucking shitty ass hipster transplant moves to New York. That's why like all the old school Curtis Sliwa types can't afford to live there anymore.
all the performative males. God damn it! It's all the performative males.
Yeah, like
Fuck 'em.
fucking Bedford Stuyvesant is gentrified. Do or Die is gentrified.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, fuck it. There's really nothing appealing. For one, the city's built on a giant mound of trash, but they have this whole like, they're very egotistical because they are the biggest city in the country. Honestly, my solution for NYCDSA would be like, for one, it's too fucking big. Like, break it up. Break
It
it up
technically
into
is broken.
break
up.
it up into chapters by borough. Like you
It
need a
is.
Queens DSA, have a Manhattan DSA, have a Bronx DSA.
Wait, they have
a
that though. It's
Brooklyn-
not like
But
literally
it
how
needs
it's
to be like it needs
They
to be
do have
formally
that.
broken. It needs to be formally broken up as a chapter because
So
there's
they shouldn't be
outsized-
subservient to the main NYCDSA shit. I agree with that.
No.
Yeah.
Like if they're like figure like, and you also have to figure like if NYC was in some alternate universe, if it was a left chapter, the writers would have been tried to break that shit up.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm from Southern Kentucky. I do not want somebody from Northern Kentucky, urban Northern Kentucky, bossing me around.
All right, hold on, comrade. Toronto, Canada does not have Democrat. It's Democratic Socialists of America, not Democratic Socialists of Canada.
Wait, there's
There
a
are
DSA in Toronto?
no, there is a DSC though. There are Democratic Socialists of Canada. That is an org that exists. You should join that. What my co-chair is, and this isn't private knowledge. She's made this pretty public. She's actually moving to Canada. She's currently involved with the Democratic Socialists of Canada. Get involved with them if you want to get involved with something.
You know what will make this easier? If the U.S. just annexed Canada.
That's ACP talk. We don't do
More,
that.
just like
more
they annexed-
DSA.
just like
What,
they
you
annexed
think I
Hawaii?
care about what Canadians think, bro?
Bro, I don't want to go to
A
national.
wait. A Hawaiian is literally advocating for an illegal annexation of somebody else's territory?
No,
Oh,
I
so
hate.
much-
Well, illegal annexation of British colonial territory. Is that what you mean? Like, you think I give a fuck about the nation state of Canada rather than the indigenous people that live in Canada? Like,
So do
be
you
for
think
real
the
here.
indigenous, do you think the indigenous people of Canada would thrive under American colonialism?
No. No, of course
Yeah,
they
well,
wouldn't.
bro.
Of course they wouldn't. It was
That's your
just a
white
joke.
side speaking, Cyan.
It was just a joke.
I promote the
only
opposite,
white people make
actually,
jokes
pro
like that.
balkanization. Balkanize everything.
Actually, yeah, just balkanize the U.S.
The
Balkanize
Slavs
Canada.
in favor of balkanization. Shocking. You break up Soviet Union, we break up United States. Now
That's how it
everybody
should
died.
be. Dude, I'm just saying the great, like, if Wisconsin separated off, like we would take Chicago. We'd take Chicago. All right.
Hell no,
Illinois.
you wouldn't.
Illinois-
Kenosha's part of
Illinois
Chicagoland, bro.
Chicago. Illinois,
Kenosha.
Chicago.
Shut up, you reprobates.
No, Skrilla would take over Chicago personally.
Science. Spell reprobate.
R-E-P.
Spell it right, or you get kicked out of Berkeley.
R-E-P-R R-E-P-E-R? B-R-A-T-E.
See, this is fucking DEI shit.
Wait, did I spell it wrong? How do
Can't
you
even
spell
spell
it?
a fucking no.
How do you spell it?
R-E-P-R-O-B-A-T.
Wait, let me try again. Let me try again.
Oh, Lord.
Let me try again. Is it reprobate or reprobate?
Reprobate. It's your name. You should be able to spell it.
Reprobate. So is it R-E-P-B-R-O? Wait, no. R-E-P-R-O-B-A-T.
There we go. Open.
Thanks, Chloe. Thank you, Chloe. Shout out.
See, we allow open book. We allow open book tests for our differently abled comrades. Anyway.
Oh, Lord.
I was about to say that.
Cyan, we love you.
Reprobate.
Reprobate.
Who? You're the only person I've ever met that's ever said that. Ever. In my entire
Yeah,
life.
I can't even lie. That's true.
In my entire
So,
entire life.
I talk like a fucking Victorian Englishman. I get it. You filthy reprobate. You're from where? Hawaii? The Sandwich Islands?
The Sandwich Island.
That's what they were
rough.
originally called.
No, I know.
Y'all did cook when you killed Captain Cook, by the way. Not just
No,
you
that
did
was
just-
a massive W. That was
You did
I
just
remember
kill
my
him. You
mom
did
was
just-
reading me that book. She was like, "Look at this dead guy," and I was like,
You did.
That was
You
cool.
didn't just kill him.
I was
You
like,
you
"That's
didn't
cool."
just kill him though. You dragged his ass out to the fucking ocean and you
Yeah.
speared his ass.
No, I've seen this shit. Like they made graphic comics about like literal comics, and they were reading to
Captain
me
Cook. Does
of
Captain
like
Cook manga?
of like his dead body on the beach, bro, and like just being.
Yeah.
It's just funny as fuck.
So what strata? Question: what like strata of the pre-colonial Hawaiian population are you descended from? Like the
No
elite,
idea.
The nobles.
No
This
idea.
man is
You-
nobility.
Yeah, you have
Maybe.
noble vibes.
It's I think well I know that my family were just rice farmers because like the Asian side that came to Hawaii were like indentured servants, right? And then they
Your
mingled
foul
with the.
your foul temperament leads me to believe that you're descended from the elite.
Have
the
y'all
nobles.
have y'all seen this new show where it's like Hawaiians trying to get their islands together, like conquering each island so that they can defend themselves? They were conquering islands
The
so that
Hawaiian and the High Castle.
that's kind of what it sounds like. Yeah, but they were trying to do it to defend themselves from like Europeans. So consolidate power so that you can
Wait, but that's historically
stay off the
accurate.
settlers.
That's
I don't
historically
watch
accurate.
TV.
Does it have Jason Momoa in it?
It does. It has Momoa.
Yeah, of course it has Jason Momoa. What doesn't have Jason? He's the representative Hawaiian.
But the whole show's like spoken in Hawaiian languages and such.
That's sick.
What's the name of it? Is that on
Moana.
Netflix?
Fuck.
Moana.
It came
Moana.
out. It came
Marijuana?
out. Like, it started being released earlier this year. So
So what's the name? It's called Marijuana. Okay.
Actually, you know, I knew my mom was successfully colonized. Actually, when she was like this one. What's that one Disney movie?
it's called Chief of War. Chief of
No.
War.
Moana.
No,
Yeah,
the one
No,
before.
Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, my mom was like, "Oh, this is cute," and that's when I was like, "Okay, it worked."
I do like when fucking Lilo beats the shit out of the white girl.
I like the
Dude,
alien
actually, like
from
the
that movie.
original Lilo and Stitch is a lot better than the live action.
Yeah.
Like
I
the
fuck
original
with
Lilo
yeah,
and Stitch.
that's
is
the
decent.
yeah. I grew up with the original Lilo and
Wait,
Stitch.
wait.
Yeah.
I gotta see if
Yeah,
I can find this. My
I've never seen the
grandma,
live action.
my
But did you
grandma
find
has
it?
a tin of Lilo and Stitch spam.
Spam.
Yeah.
Don't put any spam. Oh, like the fucking canned
Oh,
meat?
the food.
Yeah.
Is it
That's-
blue?
Here, let me see. It was for the
Dude,
new
honestly,
one.
one of the things I miss most about being vegan is eating spam. That shit is so good.
I love spam.
I do like
You-
spam. Yeah.
You ever
one of your
tried?
Spam musubi, spam fucking like, oh
You
my
ever
God.
tried maple spam, bro? Maple spam, that instead of bacon,
That
bro.
shit sounds like
oh,
it would fuck.
bro,
That's
maple spam is amazing.
That does
I
sound
can't even
good.
lie. I've tried bacon spam. Maple spam blows that shit out the water. Oh my God, that's making me hungry right now.
Yeah, talking
Holy
about our
shit.
favorite food. Now next stream, Skrilla's just gonna be cooking fucking spam. So Skrilla, how does it feel to be canceled?
Yeah, how does it feel?
Feels
to be canceled? I'm
no
curious.
different than any of the other times it's happened.
Guys, look at this.
This isn't the only time I've been witch hunted. I've
In
been
GTA,
around
I
for
stole
a
this from the
hot
grocery
minute.
store.
What is that?
What is that?
Is that limoncello?
Limoncello, yeah.
No, it's Sicilian liquor. What the hell?
Sicilian
Oh, it's
liquor.
You stole
You're not
something
21.
from Italians? They're gonna cut your
You're
head
not
off, bro.
21, bro. You can't have that. That's
Yo,
against the law.
underage
no.
drinker.
I am 21. Wait, no, I'm
No.
actually 21.
Okay.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Look, I've made
When's your
limoncello.
birthday?
Skrilla, you're a fucking snitch.
Yeah, you're a
Snitcher.
fucking snitch. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Don't put that jacket on me. Don't put that jacket on me. That's not
You
true.
just literally tried to tell on the comrade.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
No, I was trying to save his ass.
I thought we were cool.
I've made limoncello moonshine.
Ooh,
You
that
made
sounds
what?
good.
That is the most
Yeah.
hipster shit I've ever heard of.
All
Oh,
right,
it's so good. You gotta try it.
Chris,
I
don't
don't
make
drink-
fun of us because
I
we're
don't
hicks,
dr-
all
Should
right?
I combine it with the Rockstar energy that Skrilla
No.
told me to get?
Yes.
All right, so mutual aid.
Yeah.
If you work at a restaurant, give the food away. If you live in a town with a Food Not Bombs chapter, you need to join it. And if you're in a DSA chapter, you should be working actively for the creation of a mutual aid, either committee or subcommittee, because this shit is important. Like, and let's be real, begging, writing petitions, that's not going to work. You have to actually get out, put boots on the ground, and help serve your community. That's how you bring people that actually matter into DSA.
That is also just objectively what like dual power structure is. Like genuinely
No, dual
just
power. Okay, here's what people get wrong about dual power. Dual power is not just like, okay, the government doesn't hand out food, so we hand out food. No.
Yeah.
Dual power is actually it's a military term. Basically,
Oh,
say the
who
government.
cares?
You care.
You
You're
know what?
embarrassed, you fucking
It's a
It's a
reprobate
power
idiot.
that is dual.
Shut-
Okay.
Stop interrupting my lesson. Anyways, so dual power is a military term. So basically, the United States is in a crisis. Like we're basically in a similar position to the Russian Empire shortly before the victory of the October Revolution. So, yeah, if there was any organization in the United States that came close to dual power, I would probably say it was the Black Panther Party. So the government is in a
That makes
crisis.
sense. That
So
makes sense.
dual power is basically, can we feasibly set up and run an alternative government? that
And you need
actually
workers.
serves
Well,
the
that's
people?
part of it, though, right? Like
Yeah.
feeding people is. I'm saying that like having structures in place to feed people and like is part of dual power, though. Like it's not like what right?
What?
Like
It's part
the
of-
Black Panthers also fed people.
You
The
need
Black
work
Panthers also fed
for a
people.
while.
The Black
Yeah,
Panthers
that's
also
the
the Black Panthers also had a shitload of guns.
Well, we should be doing both. That's kind of our line. That's kind of our line, right? Like
Black Panthers also had clinics. They did a lot more than just feed people. Let's not just dumb it down.
No, they did. Yeah, they had hella clinics.
It better not be vegan chili. That shit is
Dude, actually, there's a clinic still around here. I think that like used to be one of the Black Panthers one, and it's still like run by like a community run clinic, which is cool.
Yeah,
I forget what it's called though.
Yeah, the Young Lords in New York, they took over with the Black Panther Party. They actually took over Lincoln Hospital, and they had very first detox clinic that was run according to progressive values. And like, yeah, people think that the Black Panther Party was just guns and free breakfast. No, like they did a lot of shit. In Winston-Salem, North Carolina, they had a free ambulance service. Like, did you all know that black people literally invented the concept of the paramedic? Because like white people, they were not, like white people were not going to come into black neighborhoods and take us to the fucking hospital. So we were like, you know what, we have to transport ourselves. Yeah, and like people think that, and here's the thing: I'm really glad that comrades Anatoly and Cyan talked about like how college students like are not necessarily like people think that, oh, you guys are in college, you guys are privileged, you guys are no, like especially like working class students, and people think that all international students are rich. Like no, a lot of these
Oh
people
my
are
God,
working
that
class.
is not
They
even
were
close
barely,
to true.
Like they were barely able to afford to cost of the plane ticket over here, and they have to fucking work. Then now you also have ICE running around snatching everybody brown or foreign looking off the streets. Like no, not all of these people are fucking red princelings from the PRC. Like you have people from Brazil, you have people from Mexico, you have people from the Dominican Republic. That
Well, there's actually there's a divide. There are those people that are genuine, like the Turkish, like the son of Erdogan's daughter, literally is like at our school and shit, and actually sent a really angry letter to one of our members who is also Turkish. Fun fact. And he got banned from fucking going back to Turkey. He got banned from going back to Turkey because of this Turkish daughter of Erdogan, bro. That's funny as fuck to me. But
Erdogan's. Have you ever met her?
No.
Yo, you're like, what do you think I just hang
If
around
I met
fucking
her, I
Erdogan's?
would. Anyway,
Nothing.
I would do nothing. I would do nothing.
You would.
You would abide by all laws.
Look, I don't feel like being hunted down by Turkish mercenaries.
Anyways, what I was saying is that there's a big divide in international students. Some of them are from really privileged class, whether it be China. Usually in India, it is like Brahmin that end up as international students and stuff, right? But there's also like the other side, which tend to be a lot poorer. Like there's a huge amount of international students that work with me at the dining halls and stuff. So, and ICE is here, so it's really dangerous place for a lot of them.
Yeah,
I clown a lot of. I clown a lot of my.
Really soon. You're a clown. Yeah, I get it. You're a clown.
No,
you're clowning. You're clowning. Got our caucus. Your clowning had our caucus being dragged all week. Anyway,
that wasn't clowning. That was a serious statement.
And that was because you left out a fucking
correct
comma.
Statement.
Hey, you left out a fucking comma.
Why didn't you correct it?
Do I look like a fucking copy editor to you?
You kind of.
I am a Maoist demagogue, not a copy
demagogue.
I'd like to also, though, back on the topic of mutual aid, though. At my university, actually, so currently our YDSA, I know we just got in contact with a supplier for Plan B distribution because our university actually got rid of our university clinic and
oh my God.
Replaced it for the UWMPD department. So now the cops are where the clinic used to be. Now we have no clinic, even though like the clinic was giving out like birth control for like high prices. Like, so then there's going to be us. We're going to have a delivery service where you can get Plan B for free because let's be honest, college students that don't want kids shouldn't have to worry about that. Like we should have available free contraception, especially because a lot of like students are, at that time where they're at that age where they're going to be fooling around, whatever.
The way you talk about this is so funny.
We don't need any.
I'm sorry.
You sound like a teacher. I apprate it, but you sound like a teacher, not a host.
We don't need any little tollies running around. There's
exactly. We don't need little me's.
No, you're doing it out of like personal like You're projecting. You're like, my life is so.
I'm
shit,
gay,
like-
so you don't have to worry about any little red guards.
Yeah. But
No,
yeah,
what-
no,
oh.
it's like super serious though on a university level. Like they've been reducing the amount of meals students could have per day. For example, when I was in my freshman year, we had it where it was 3 meals basically per day.
Oh,
for
shit.
if
It's
you
almost
had-
7, guys. I gotta go early. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
fuck
I'm
off.
sorry for interrupting. Love you guys.
Fuck
Bye.
off. Get out.
But
You're not gonna
um,
say love you back.
Love you.
Thank you. Skrilla.
Um,
Love you.
Skrilla said it so quietly.
but
Skrilla
you know,
shy.
like so when I was a freshman though, we were able to have about 3 meals per day. You had 900 meal swipes or whatever for the entire academic year. Now they've reduced that where it's about 2 a day. And then on top of that, like the quality of food has gone down. The dormitory, so our university has 2 off-campus dormitories and then 1 on-campus one. I lived in the off-campus one, which at the time actually did have a cafeteria. The year after I moved out into my own apartment, they actually replaced the cafeteria with like a little stop shop, like one of those little mini marts in there. So now you got to pay for what was in there outside of your meal swipe. So if you want to get a meal, you either go to the other dorm across the river or you go to the main campus, which is about a mile away. And the public transportation from our university there, pretty dog shit. And so actually, no, Chloe, it's funny you say that, but sadly,
Cafeteria.
yeah, a cafeteria.
You go there. You go there to get your ass beat.
Yeah,
And then you got
they've
to
actually stationed more cops at these off-campus dorms though, because
use your meal swipe to get an ass kicking.
yeah, but and then after they had the little mini mart for that 1 year, they just completely cut it completely. So now there is no meal area in that dormitory. You can't get food within your own dorm now. At that dormitory. So you have to go to main campus if you want to use your meal plan. And it's awful. Like it was like because they're only open until I think like 7 p.m. And especially like for Muslims, like during Ramadan, like awful time to like you have to make sure you get your stuff and save it for later in like your mini fridge or whatever. But luckily the mosque right on the university center does like during Ramadan, like specifically Fridays through Sundays, they make sure mostly students, but anyone who's Muslim can come in, have a meal, sit down, or not even if you're Muslim, like if you are generally like you just show up, they will feed you. And honestly, it is something that I think universities are just cutting more funding for very basic necessities for students. And then on top of that, our chancellor, before he got fired, basically, he had like I think it was about $150,000 pay raise. And then we also cut our satellite campus with like 30 tenured professors. Like, yeah, no, our UW system in Wisconsin is going through the shitter. And then not to mention the president of UW-Madison, also during the Palestine protests for the encampments, literally sicked the entire like police force on them. Like just like
when I was in Chicago, I met a bunch of comrades. I actually roomed with the comrade from Madison, fucking Aaron. If you're watching this, Aaron, what's up? Very nice comrade. He was running for some union election. I don't know if he got it or not.
No, I was saying earlier though. I know, and this is mainly with other DSA comrades that I'm friends with. I wouldn't do this to someone random because that's just rude. But I do this with a lot of my friends in DSA where I jokingly clown on them because they go to college and I'm a high school dropout. But I'm not ignorant to the situation that they're more than likely facing. Like it gets nasty. It gets really serious. Especially if you're dorming. That makes it especially so because the situation of the college.
When I was in university, I understand no fucking dorm. I stayed with my family in town. Yeah. Like, that's too much. Why would I tack on thousands and thousands of dollars a year just to be like this to say I had the college experience.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not fucking stupid.
Like
I'm gonna be in enough debt as it is when I graduate. Why would I want to live in a? First of all, why do I want to live in a stinky little small ass room with another stinky ass motherfucker? It's probably gonna be white. I don't like the smell of fucking bologna and feet. So I'm not rooming with fucking white people. A wet dog if it's raining. So yeah, I did not have that experience, and I'm glad I did.
Also, fun
Do
fact.
you have any idea how many diseases are in those dormitories?
Oh, a shit ton. Yeah, I know so many people that got sick.
Yeah, fucking scabies, skin diseases.
Like I say, I dropped out of high school, so I'm never having that experience. I never will have that experience. I can't even conceptualize that experience. So,
college-educated reprobates.
Type shit.
Yeah. This is what makes Liberation Caucus so special. Like, I think our Central Committee, I went to university. I think I might be the only college graduate on our Central Committee.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah.
I'm the stinking old ninth.
This is why the left of liberation scares you.
I'm the stinking old ninth. I'm the intellectual that's going to be struggled against during the Cultural Revolution.
You're gonna wear a dunce cap. Get ready.
Yeah. How the fuck you can't give the fucking chairman of the party a struggle session?
Actually,
why not?
I'm not the chairman of shit anyways.
Actually, my major at my university has been cut.
Look, you were majoring in Chinese, weren't you?
Chinese language and culture, interdisciplinary major. Yeah. I'm still grandfathered in because I declared the major before they cut it, and they still have all the classes for it. But yeah, no more people can sign up to be a Chinese language and culture major anymore.
No more white boys speaking a little Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah. My major was I basically did the same thing because they were I think they were in the process of defunding my university's African American Studies program. My original major was history. Yeah, my original major was history. And the African American Studies program at my school, it was launched in 1969, I think. So it was the product of that whole black cultural studies struggle. So I changed my major in solidarity. So my degree, I did a dual major in African American Studies and political science.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Actually, a lot of poli-sci people seem to do a dual major, which I find interesting. But I mean, I guess that makes sense though, because there ain't really a whole lot of jobs for poli-sci majors.
Yeah.
Do they get to tell
most poli-sci majors end up going to law school?
Yeah.
Or journalism.
Or journalism, yeah.
Doesn't the government only get to tell public universities what they can?
Yeah. What they do is for all universities, like if you do something that the government doesn't like, because all of these universities rely on grants from the government and all types of other shit, they'll just fuck with your money. That's what Trump's been doing.
Right.
It's funny too because I'm wearing college gear right now too.
Stolen valor.
Yeah, stolen valor type shit.
It's funny that you say that because I literally stole this today.
That's sick.
Stole it from where?
I went to a department store that's nearby, and I walked to the back after grabbing it, and I just threw it on, and then threw my hoodie on and zipped it up.
So you're on. So you bet, bruh. Well, there we have it. One of our Central Committee members just admitted to shoplifting on stage. Anyways,
they gonna have to prove it. I didn't say which department store. They gonna have to prove it.
Anyways, you fucking reprobate ass criminal. We are the gang of thieves. Good night.
Good night.
Nice muscles, Anatoly.
Wow.